Hey, g'day! Last time on Agnos, I walked you fellas through the main story and plot progressions of the Agnos region, particularly that of Pokémon Brawn. You've read the title. Today, we will be giving Pokémon Brains story the same treatment. Of course, this is the same region, following the same history, so the quote, very ancient past, as well as the ancient past, are the same in Pokémon Brains. In this game, again, there is no real game. You'll be playing as Petra, or whatever you want to name her. Just like Leo, in these games she's 17, 18-ish because of the more mature themes. Petra's name and design inspirations pull from the democratic ruler of Athens, Pericles, representing Athens in the Peloponnesian War. Let's get started. Hold up, before we go anywhere, you're not subscribed. You know who you are. And even though 32% of you are subscribed, do notice that 68% of you are not. What's the big deal, guys? So, before you go anywhere, please do us a favor and subscribe. Appreciate it heaps. Cheers. Again, both the legendary and pre-game history of the region are the same, so we'll be beginning with Chapter 3, The Ancient History. Your screen starts blank. Your vision is foggy and you can't make out much more than a towering silhouette standing at a desk at the end of the room, papers scattered all over the floor. Your head feels fuzzy, as if you've heard and seen all this before, and that's because you did in the last video, but we're doing it again anyways.
Hello there, welcome to the world of Pokémon. My name is... People call me the Pokémon Professor. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokémon. For some people, Pokémon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokémon as a profession. Now tell me, are you a boy or a girl? Ah, that's right, I knew that. What is your name? Yes, very good. And your little friend, what about them? Wonderful. Well, are you ready to embark on a Pokémon adventure? Let us see what you have to offer.
You're suddenly jolted awake by a loud noise and the shaking of your little house's walls. Your rival and childhood friend, Leo, still sleeping through the racket. Peering outside the lone window as you wake your rival, you discover a herd of Tauros rampaging through your hometown of Tudorstead, led by a group of bandits. Taking the initiative, you grab Leo by the hand and you frantically lead him outside, so that you may have a chance of escape. After going through a chase sequence, the two of you find yourself at Hawthorne's old laboratory. The interior is run down, with ceilings collapsed in and rubble everywhere. Littered around the room are stacks of documents, and you can uncover 3 keystones containing the starters. This wasn't intentional. Professor Hawthorne had just so happened to be researching these specific Pokemon and left them behind. These 3 guys luckily not getting buried under piles of debris with the others. You get to make your choice of starter Pokemon, Foliage, Pyrox, or Seepent, your rival choosing the starter super effective against yours. You head to leave the way you came but are interrupted by a bandit. You and Leo 2v1 him and defeat his Pokemon, which also provides enough XP for your starters to level up and learn their type attacks. Escaping Tudorstead, you make it to a campsite at a clearing, but night has fallen. Another new segment begins, Nighttime Survival, in which you must scavenge for resources to make it through the night. Once your fire is lit and your stomachs are full, the two of you begin to talk as you drift away to sleep.
I hope one day things can go back to the way they were. All those strong trainers running this stupid war can never know what it's like down here.
Let's put an end to this war, Leo.
This game's motive is the same as Leo's. Growing up, the both of you spent your time reading old books about Agnos' legendary heroes of the past. It's always been both of your dreams to be such heroes, and what better chance to do so than by putting an end to this great war that stole away your childhood and orphaned you both. Entering a wild area, you train up your Pokemon until venturing further into the forests behind. You encounter a Pelipper lugging around a parcel and some letters. So you follow its trail to the upper half of an ongoing warfront, Outlook Point. You can see everything around you from the higher points of Outlook Point. The beautiful skies, the mountain tops, and great big structures in the distance. Unfortunately, you don't really get to take in all of that beautiful crap Because it's situated right next to a battlefield, overflowing with countless dead fucking bodies. Anyways, assuming the big boss would be at the tower, you make your way there. You said it yourself, you're putting an end to this war, and so, completely unprepared and out of your league, completely disregarding which side of the war would be best for Agnos, you charge right in. Making your way to the base of the tower, you watch as Herman sends away his Pelipper with yet another letter and the rest of his team to go fight alone. Sweet! Perfect chance to take him out. Encroaching further, he notices you and starts parkouring up the tower to evade you. But you will catch up to him, battle him, beat him up, and steal his shit, his badge as well as some keystones and a letter. Badge in hand, you feel like a new woman. Like you're ready to take on the whole fucking world. Herman's letter that you took discusses the strange hormonal air that encompasses Amor Lake and the gamma resistance lieutenant stuck there because of it. Well, now you know you can't get there safely, so you take a detour instead. On your way out of Outlook Point, you bump into some weird old guy, Wendell. He's old and is carrying some papers. Looks fancy, so you roll him for some loose change. After stealing his shit, you force him to tell you what he knows about the resistance. Luckily, Wendell knows his stuff. He mentions that across the mainland, there's a lieutenant over at Noctville, and that she has a twin brother, who's also a lieutenant. You let him go, and not too long after, you stumble across a wild Leo, who seems uncharacteristically confident. And the two of you battle. Of course, you win, though Leo doesn't seem to mind too much. But you, on the other hand, you feel strong, powerful. It feels good to crush your opponents into the ground.
Oh, shucks. Gotcha.
He says as he takes his leave. Well, whatever. You've both got legacies to forge. Should make the most of your time. Requiring a ship to cross over to the mainland, you head to Garaport City. Unfortunately, you don't have any friends other than Leo, and there wasn't quite enough money in Wendell's pockets for you to afford a ride. But I'm sure you'll find a way. Well, go on and explore Garaport. Maybe you'll find something useful, or maybe even some people. Like this group of bandits who don't seem to be using their vessel. So, just a little side mission. The bandits say they'll give you the ship if you can steal a Pokemon from one of the ship's captains. Which you do, a little Fluttot. It's a win-win situation. Well, not for the captain, but you get the boat, and the bandits can extort the Fluttot for some sweet Pokédollars. You cross the sea, following other bigger ships, maybe encountering a couple pirates, and find yourself at Fort Stratos. You can explore Fort Stratos if you want, but soon you'll be on your way. You even know of some resistance lieutenants that compete in the Colosseum, but even you can tell that you are definitely not ready for an event of that magnitude. Like last time, I'm going to take this moment to mention that this is just the main plot progression. There'd be plenty of side content as well. As you leave the outer walls, you run into Leo, battle and win. So, next location to pinpoint is Noctville. Don't worry, it's not far, just to the west of Fort Stratos. If you rock up there during the day, you're out of luck for now. The whole town's out hunting for the day, but at least you can probably find some free unattended loot. Come back during the night, however, and the atmosphere will have completely changed. Noctville quite literally glows at night, and the population of the town party till the sun comes up. Normally. Maneuvering around the people, you catch little whispers. They say someone took out the gamma resistance Lieutenant Herman, but he managed to send word of this before he was defeated. The perpetrator was described as a young blonde woman lugging around a golden helmet. Well, fuck! Looks like tonight's prey will be you. So sneak around and avoid hunters until you get the jump on Diane. But she's no match for you. In such a little time, you've managed to grow so much stronger, and you're not about to stop now. Winning like this is addictive. You just want more power. One twin down, one more to go. Heading just over to Searington, you meet Dean just hanging about. You challenge him to a battle, but he turns down your offer. Well, fuck. This has never happened before. Okay, well, what else is there to do in Agnos? Talk to the people, but they're all crazy. Oh, that's right, the Oracle. So you head to the temple to see what she has to say. But there's a line. And so you have the choice to wait in line. I would say waiting would take around next 2 hours real time. Or you can cut to the front. Let's do the latter. So you cut in line but are stopped by the temple guards. Defeat them and await your audience with Agnos' oracle. You don't actually get to see her. She's hidden away behind some curtain.
A girl hath forgotten thy purpose. Morality has been shed in place of power. Pillars of the new world hath been broken. A girl will soon repent for thy misdeeds, and meet the wrath of thy true self. Death is certain, the time is not. For now a girl shall
Shut up. Stop talking. Make that Dean guy fight me.
lay deep within the caverns of the oracle's quarters, placed firmly on the table. A 5-day-old foot-long sub rests and yearns for thy audience. Return it to me and be free of sin.
You suddenly run past all the guards and pull down the curtain to reveal the oracle face to face. You threaten her. The oracle apologizes for the Game of Thrones talk and explains that she's not allowed to go anywhere until there are no more visitors. So she strikes a deal. If you don't beat her up and do some shit for her, she'll make Dean fight you and will even help you out with Amor Lake. And so it's just 3 little side quests. 1. To retrieve the foot-long sub from her house. 2. One of their shiny Fennekin's have been stolen away. Defeat the kidnappers. You can choose to return it or keep it for yourself. 3. Defeat the spirit totem Delfaye that has appeared within the temple. Once you do all that, the oracle will make Dean face you in battle.
Yes, I will destroy this girl. It is my destiny!
Yeah, well, he was wrong. You take him out, don't forget the badge, and the oracle passes you the carnal ring, which will allow you to navigate the air around Amor Lake. Also, from this point on, you will receive telepathic messages from the oracle. Some will be funny, but it's essentially the same idea as Wendell's letters. Making your way all the way back to the bottom of the headland, you can now make your way through the hormonal air at Amor Lake, the carnal ring, shining on your finger. You make your way through the area, battle plenty of wild Pokémon, and cross the lake. You are then met with Cinnamon of the Gamma Resistance. Good work! Take her out. You do so, take her badge, and head back to the mainland. As you cross from the headland, you notice a plethora of ships coming towards you from either direction. Well, shit. You've just ended up amidst a full-on naval battle. So get up on a ship and start fucking shit up. Jump to another ship and repeat. Fight, plunder, loot and defeat. Though you see someone quite unexpected on the ships, doing the same as you, Leo. So you meet up, compete to see who defeats the most enemies, and end off with a battle yourselves. For the competition, you wager all the treasure you loot and Leo does the same. So it's essentially a double or nothing gamble, and then you battle, which has no wagers. Hopefully you win the competition and come out of this fight with a pretty penny. Otherwise, you come out with but another victory under your belt. You soon receive a telepathic message from the Oracle, and are told to head to the Alps behind Snowdale Village for a meeting with the Bravo Federation. They acknowledge your strength, and wish to further it. So off you go. You are confronted by Damien, Cole, and Merlin, whilst Professor Wren Hawthorne sits in the back and observes.
You are strong, girl. Play your part, and we'll make you unstoppable.
Be wary, however. It seems they have a watchdog of their own. A boy marked with red tattoos.
You will live a long life, girl.
So you take your leave. You don't know what you're in for, but as long as it makes you stronger, who gives a shit? But walking through the blizzard-filled Alps, you are attacked by a group of people in thick fur. Not battling with Pokémon, mind you, but physically, with spear-like weapons. Apparently, they thought you were a thief who had been stealing their town's rations. Crawling your way back out of the Alps, you take rest at the town centre, battered, bruised, and bleeding out from your injuries. You've been wasting away there for quite a while. You've also developed a nasty fever, but the townsfolk ignore you as they pass by. But then Leo shows up. Your inferiority complex kicks in, and you grow angry from letting him see you in this sorry state. You force him into a battle, but pass out before you can see it through. Still passed out in high fever, yet to have a funky dream. You finally wake up, dazed and confused. The first thing you see is a strange man looming over you. He kinda looks like a pedophile. You immediately go to jump up to attack, but your body feels powerless, still numb. You can't move. Well, good thing he isn't a nonce. Azar is but an incredible physician.
A mystical healer?
No, I'm a... Sure, yes. You'll regain your strength soon enough. You've been out for a while.
And so you wait. Obviously, you wouldn't have to watch the waiting. And soon enough, you can force yourself back on your feet. But Leo shows up to make sure you're alright. Leo just saved your life. He's shown that he really cares about you and that he's a good friend. You feel disgusted. Disgusted by the fact that you had to be saved by the likes of him, your rival, someone who could never be as powerful as you, right? You force him into another battle, but he is so much stronger than the last time you fought. He's been working hard whilst you've been fast asleep. Win or lose, you leave Ace's post without a word, though you can always return for a free full heal. You need to catch up to Leo. You feel that you're lacking behind. So you head to the forge to collect your next badge, recalling the locations presented at the Federation's meeting. You make your way to Corbin, who's banging away at his anvil and greets you very nonchalantly. Surely they know you're the enemy. Well, not Corbin. He's been living under a rock. He says he'll be with you in just a moment, just has to smith this one last axe. But he actually takes the time to teach you to forge, and you help him out with it. And then you stab him in the back and make him battle. Defeat him, easy peasy, and you move along, not forgetting to loot the cave as you do so. Next up, you make your way over to Pickfield Farms. The townsfolk are preparing for a big harvest. Asking around for the Lieutenant Leilani, you are met with the same answer no matter who you ask. She's busy. If you help them out, they'll take you to her. And so you do. Help around with the crops, and they'll take you to Leilani, down a hidden passageway below a ranch. She's illegally cooking away at some rare candies.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104. This is my confession.
Fuck her shit up. You are the danger. You are the one who knocks. Take her badge, some rare candies for yourself, and leave. Here's another encounter with Leo. Hopefully you caught up enough. You win. Suck it, bitch. And leave to go earn another badge. This time, you'll need to cross the seas. Facing both the Spirit Totem Scyllace and Carybdice, you make it to the Swigbury Vineyards. It's a town of drunks. All they do is make and drink wine. Heading towards the fanciest building you can see, you find Barkus drinking. You try to battle him and get this over and done with, but he tells you to fuck off. Can't you see that he's busy?
Fuck off, kid. No, don't. Bring me wine.
So, do a couple fetch quests for him, and he'll continue to drink until finally accepting your challenge. New badge in hand, head over to Agnos' capital, Fort Stratos. Over at Fort Stratos, sneak into the gladiator barracks around the side of the Colosseum and blend in, participating in the events until Butcher and Blair come out to fight. As they come out to fight one another, you return to the field and remove the helmets you stole from the barracks. They know who you are. Colosseum plans have changed. The audience will no longer be watching as Butcher and Blair duke it out, but a 2v1 as they work together to take you down. But of course, they fail and you loot their shit. You are unstoppable, brimming with power. Well, now you've taken out the targets that you knew the locations of.
Head over to Cryptwick City. Your destiny awaits you.
So that's where you go. However, a cloaked man, waiting at the base of the tower, drags you away to the island's volcano. Entering the secret tunnels which lead to their base, the cloaked figure reveals himself to be Professor Hawthorne, and you are met by the remaining generals of the Federation.
This is all that is left of us. The tattooed boy had eliminated our lieutenants.
This boy had harmed our family. We'll have you deal with her.
Congratulations, girl. You have proven yourself worthy. Now kill that boy and stomp out that pesky little resistance, and you will become one of us. how would you like to live forever?
You nod and go in search of your rival. But thankfully, you don't have to search for long. He seems to have been looking for you as well, so defeat him. You can't quite bring yourself to kill him, however. I mean, you do technically owe him your life. So you defeat him and take him to the HQ, letting Ren take the kill. You're in the final stretch. You make it to Mount Gamma, tear through Victory Road, and make it to their base. You expect to be met with hordes of soldiers, or the Resistance's generals, but no, you're walking on Galvin, their leader.
You've done well to come this far, girl, but I, the great and powerful Galvin, will defeat you here. No longer shall your wicked deeds be left unpunished. We are the future of Agnos. I am the future of Agnos, and I will not let some child get in my way.
Blah, blah, blah. Long monologue, etc., etc.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna fucking die.
You battle, noticing as the crystal stones protruding from the walls react and charge with electricity. Nevertheless, you have him on the ropes. One hit to go, and then... zap! He attacks you directly. It was super effective, and you die. He then proceeds to teabag over your corpse. Chapter 4. Endgame. You're quite sure you died, but you don't feel dead. You don't even know where you are. Just some dirty pit. Looking up though, you can see the Gamma Resistance, even those which you had defeated, and Leo looking down and laughing at you. And around you, in the pit, your team of Pokémon, which all appear to be quite unhinged. Without being given the time to process what's happened, your team lunges at you and tears you to shreds. You're quite sure you just died again, but you don't feel dead. You don't even know where you are. Just some dirty pit. The cycle repeats. You are repenting for the way you lived your life. You sought only power and were motivated by your inferiority complex. For this, you are punished to be eternally mocked by those who opposed you, whilst your own team tears you to shreds. Your own power that you had trained and harnessed. Slowly whittle down your team's HP by dodging their attacks and hitting them barehanded as you do so. Successfully doing this will wake you from the hallucination. Welcome, officially, to the Pits of Punishment, the final resting place for sinners and evildoers. No one has ever snapped out of Migdara's psychic trance, so the pits have got into a sorta emergency mode. Breaking out of your cell, enter a chase sequence as you fight the other prisoners who have been led out to stop you. Migdara chasing you down at the same time. You make it to the exit, only to find that it's blocked by metal bars that are indestructible from your side. I guess the pits had another final countermeasure. With not much of a choice, you fight Migdara, who, like Scalahad, gets his home field advantage, which makes him grow even bigger and uncatchable for the time. Defeating him does nothing, but at least you don't have to worry about it anymore. Trying to escape, you are met with nothing but failures. I guess you really are trapped in here. But then, Leo shows up on the other side of the bars. You lower your head to him, finally letting go of your complex and learning your lesson. He breaks you out, and the two of you wander the distortion world, looking for a true exit. You come across a white light surrounding a large, circular hole in an island. Neither of you know what it is, or what it means, if it means anything. But Leo takes a chance, grabs you, and dives into the hole, falling into the void. You won't die that easily. Welcome back to the land of the living. You awake, laying on the side of a Mount Gamma cliff. Seems Galvin just dumped your body after you died. Well, you return to their hideout. They're not expecting you. I mean, you're supposed to be fucking dead. But you're level with them. The way you see it now, you have no right to decide the course of this war. You are only battling them to prove it to yourself. To prove that you are good enough. So, you make your way through and fight the generals as you were the Elite Four until you make it to Galvin.
No. You're dead. Go away. Fine.
You battle against Galvin and win, not affecting the outcome of the war, but proving to yourself that you are good enough. You have changed your ways and leave the hideout without taking any lives. Now there is but one battle for you to overcome. One last loose end. You have a final heart-to-heart with your rival and a final battle. And that's about it. Pokémon Brains main story summarized. Of course, this is just the main storyline. Again, plenty of side quests, post-game, etc. Well, that's that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do us a favor and subscribe, and I'll catch you fellas around. See ya!